So you mentioned that you didn't quite understand the MS20 yet, and I wanted to at least go over the knobs quickly for you because I think it's not too hard to explain, although this guy I still don't know anything about. So obviously you're familiar with oscillator 1, oscillator 2, and you got your different waveforms. Pulse width, I don't know if I've talked about pulse width with you. That is the shape of the square wave that will be either like a 50% open close, which is square wave, or somewhere in between that percentages when you adjust the waveform all the way to just completely off if you turn it all the way, and that's why you'll lose sound if it's all the way over. Of course, you got your scales, portamento, so the gliding of your notes, your master tune, which is obvious. Your VCO mixer, so of course how far you want to bring in each oscillator. There are reasons to have it lower than all the way full, mainly to get softer sounds and not overdrive the filter. But overdriving the filter is where all the fun is. Of course, you know the filters, you know the peak being the resonance. Now I'm sure an area that maybe you don't understand is the modulation knobs here, and what these are specifically for. I'm making some assumptions of what you don't know, but I'm sure a lot of this you intrinsically know. So with these top three knobs, they all say MG/T X'd. So that is the modulation generator, or the total input here. If you don't have something plugged into here, it's the modulation generator. If you have something plugged in here, it's whatever the source of what you're putting in there is. Now I can show something cool in a moment. Actually, I'll just do it right now. So if I take like the oscillator 2 of my neutron, and I plug it into the total here, these knobs will now affect the depth/intensity of the effect of that oscillator turning the, sorry, it's my cat, turning essentially the frequency knobs up or down, so the depth of that wobble, and the depth of the pitch for oscillator 1 and 2. So I'm going to open this up to a large release, take that off. So now oscillator 2 on here is affecting the pitch of both the oscillators here. Just how we get some cool FM sounds. Anyways. So yeah, now it's not affecting it at all because the knob's all the way down. If we do it to the high pass filter, you can't really hear it too much. But if I turn the peak up, you can hear it more. So that's me affecting that knob at really high audio rates. Get all sorts of crazy, horrible noises that way. So this knob does the same thing, but for the low pass filter. So it modulates that up and down really quickly now. Okay, so anyways, enough with that noise parade. The knobs below them, that is, of course, envelope generator 2 depth intensity. Oh wait, before I do that, I'll show you. So yeah, these are just the depth of the modulation generator. Pretty sure you already know that. So the bottom one is the depth of the envelope generator 2, or external, being up here, these 3, so frequency, cutoff frequency, and cutoff frequency. So if you have something else pressed in those, you can do it individually that way. So, once again, if we're taking the oscillator and we're putting it in there, now this knob will adjust the depth of that effect. Anyways. So yeah, we'll do either whatever plugged into one of those 3, or your envelope generator 2. Which is kind of annoying, because they use envelope generator 2 for amplitude, and I think it would have been better to have envelope generator 1 hardwired into those positions. This one does have envelope generator 1 hardwired into it. But the other ones, yeah, they all use envelope 2. It's kind of silly. Now the thing with that is that means for at least pitch, you get this whole area, so you can get that kind of movement going on. You can apply the envelope to the pitch. So at the moment, as we turn up the attack time and turn up the release time, it now takes a longer time to have the pitch go up and then the pitch go down. And then the delay time would be like how long it decides to delay until it actually activates the envelope. So instead of it working immediately, we can delay it. Although I don't know the reason you'd want to really do that, but that's my limitation on creativity. And then you're familiar with modulation generator. I think it gives out a sine wave when there's nothing patched. I think it's a combination of a sawtooth with a square wave, and I think that makes a sine wave. I'm not sure. Let's test that out quickly. So it should be a nice smooth transition up and down in pitch, if it is a sine wave. Sounds more like it's not using the square wave at all. It's using the ramping, so it's from sawtooth to a ramp and a triangle in between. So I guess that's the standard, and you have to patch if you want the square wave. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that section, and then it's whatever the fuck you want to do in there. And then over here, I can try to explain this sometime. I don't know if this video was of any help or if it taught you anything you don't already know. But maybe I can explain this pretty decently. I'm still trying to figure out how the sample and hold exactly works. But the rest of this, I understand now. Once again, I haven't touched the external signal processor, though. I should tackle that next. Yeah, maybe that's useful. I mean, it's not. Let me know.